Alright, so this video is going to teach you how to add and remove stores from the Store Locator map tool that shows up on the Distributor Locator page. So see, it's just below these featured distributors here. So one thing, just as general of how it works, under location you would put your location, how far away you're willing to look for stores, and then you can filter between full service and limited service stores. Hit search, and then it will present you with all the, so this would be your location, and this would be the store within your area. And of course they also show up here on the left. So to enter data into this map tool, we're going to go to the back end for the WordPress dashboard, and on the left side you're going to see an option for Store Locator. So if you click on that, the first thing that's going to do is bring up a list of all the stores that are currently listed. So what you can do is, I'll show you how to edit one. So you can highlight one and go down to Edit, and if you click that, it will bring up the edit page for your store, your particular store. So again, the title would show up at the top. Over on the right, there's store categories where you check out full service or limited service. We don't really have anything that we're going to put in the main body here, but we have store details. So you can put the address, city, state, zip code. Latitude and longitude will be calculated automatically by the Google Maps API, so you don't need to enter these. Again, you do not need to enter this information. If you want to, you can include the store operating hours here. And under additional information, you could have telephone, fax, email, and a URL for that particular business. And then you hit update. To add a new store, it's the same process. So you could either go to the new store button up here, or if you are on the previous page, you can also go to new store up here. And if you click on the new store button, you get all the same fields as the store editor. They just start out blank. So that's pretty straightforward. Way to add them one by one. Again, so you have your store title. You don't need to put anything up in the body section. Name, address, city, state, zip code, hours, additional info. Now the other thing that you can do, let's say you have a lot of these stores. You can go to this thing called the Csv Manager. So click on that. And then what you can do is you can set up a spreadsheet to export and import these. So the best thing that I always recommend to do is take what you already have started out with that's in there and go to Export and hit Export Locations. And that will give you a CSV file down here. And you can, oops, so I opened it twice. And now you can see this, the columns of data. So you can actually fill this in and then import it back into the spreadsheet. This may work better for you. Some of it is a little bit, I wouldn't say challenging to use, but certain things, like for example the hours of operation, notice that they kind of have a unique format to follow that can be a little bit tricky. But most of this is pretty straightforward. So you would fill in all this information, and then you would go back to import instead of export, and go to choose file, find the file on your hard drive, go to upload file, and then that will import all of the data back in. So let's just do that as a test here. So go to downloads. So this is the same data that I just pulled out. I'm going to upload the file, and so in this case it's going to edit. It's going to try to update the existing ones because I didn't. If you notice, I didn't add anything new. So what the first thing it's going to do is it's going to look at the headers. So you can see here these headers going across. So it's going to take those and try to match them up with the fields that the Store Locator uses. Now, because we exported it and then imported it, it just so happens that the headers match up exactly with the fields, which is one of the nice benefits of using the export file to do the importing. So all that matches up exactly because, again, we use that. So then if I go to import locations, and let this process, there you go. We imported 4 locations. So if I go to all stores, now again, you're not going to notice any new locations because these were the ones we already had. And one thing to think about is this WPSL ID. So every store will have a different one. So that's how it knew to look up the existing ones that we already had here, was because it was matching up this ID with what was already in there. So if you add your own, then you're going to have to create your own IDs, which, you know, there's nothing sacred about them. They just need to be different, a different ID for every store. And that's how you edit the listings in the store locator. 2 different ways.